my Premier Care walk-in bath.
Call 1-800-510-6932 to get your free brochure today. Plus, for a limited time only, Premier Care and Bathing is offering payments as low as $150 per month. That's 1-800-510-6932.
Premier Bath is the best gift I ever gave to myself.
I'm Creek Stewart, Weather Channel survival expert. Every Sunday night, we're taking 3 regular guys deep into the woods.
Are you serious?
Where we'll teach them not just to survive,
Joe makes fire,
but how to truly live.
Look at this caveman.
Show yourself what you're made of on Weather Channel Survival Sundays. At 9, it's So You Think You'd Survive. Then at 10, Fat Guys in the Woods. Premiering August 10th on the Weather Channel.
Are you ready?
Off the couch, into the weather.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees with a thunderstorm. Tonight, scattered showers or thunderstorms. Low 77. Chance of rain 50%. Friday, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Sometimes the best used car on the road is the one you're still using. Right now, get an AC performance check for only $9.99, including a free battery check at Firestone Complete Auto Care. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
And spend $3.99 or more on major appliances and get a Lowe's gift card worth up to $1,000 by mail.
Sonic has like every slush flavor someone could ever want.
That's right. This is basically slush headquarters.
Where sour blue raspberry plans world domination.
What?
Get colorful with new Sonic slushes, now available with Nerds candy. This is how you Sonic.
Don't just visit San Francisco. Visit TripAdvisor San Francisco. With millions of reviews, TripAdvisor makes any destination better.
Your mom could do anything, even turn night into day. Now she could use a hand. Comfort Keepers provides a variety of in-home services while truly connecting. Comfort Keepers, keeping the comforts of home. Call now to learn more.
For over a decade, doctors have been prescribing Nexium to patients just like you. For many, prescription Nexium helps heal acid-related erosions in the lining of the esophagus. There is risk of bone fracture and low magnesium levels. Side effects may include headache, abdominal pain, and diarrhea. If you have persistent diarrhea, contact your doctor right away. Other serious stomach conditions may exist. Avoid if you take clopidogrel.
Located in a discreet and tranquil Palm Beach County, Florida setting, the Rehab Center for Women provides expert and compassionate care for women who are suffering from substance abuse, trauma, and mental illness. We offer custom treatment plans, including medical detox and specialized rehab to give women the strength and focus they need to begin living the lives they deserve. You don't have to suffer anymore. Call 888-302-5579 or visit helpforwomen.com to start healing today.
The Indian River Lagoon is 156 miles long, representing recreation, fishing, and nearly 20,000 Florida jobs. Last summer, because of dumping in Lake Okeechobee, the lagoon turned green and murky.
I call it a disaster. So we pulled together to stop the dumping with record funding that will protect this vital resource and our jobs.
Joe Negron had it in his heart to do what's right for this lagoon.
It's our future.
Joe Negron coming through for us.
Personal preferences and locking in today's prices.
Request your free burial planning kit now.
A
a Weather Channel original series.
This is a dangerous job.
Catching Hell, Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back, 53 past. Time now for your tropical update. And I'm hurricane specialist Michael Lowry. We have a brand new outlook that just came in from the National Hurricane Center, updating us on this tropical disturbance, this area of low pressure, and just east of the Lesser Antilles. The 4 o'clock Eastern time outlook, still giving it a 70% chance, but the Hurricane Hunter planes that have been in there have actually found tropical storm force winds just to the north of the circulation or the spin. But there's not enough organization to the thunderstorms to yet call this a tropical storm. Nevertheless, though, if we get some development of those thunderstorms, they could indeed kick off advisories on what would be Tropical Storm Bertha. All right, one of our Hurricane Hunter planes that left St. Croix around 10:30 this morning Eastern time has been flying in and out of that circulation center. And as I mentioned, here on the north side is where they're finding 40 to 45 mile-per-hour winds. That tropical storm force. Tropical storm force winds begin at 39 miles per hour. But down here on the south side, the winds are pretty weak, and there's not a lot of convection and not a lot of thunderstorms that are over that circulation. It's very difficult to maintain a circulation without thunderstorms. Here's what it looks like on the visible satellite picture. We're starting to lose our sunlight in this part of the Atlantic, but you can certainly see the spin to the clouds. They're right in here. The circulation looking a little less defined than it was yesterday, but certainly still, like I said, a closed circulation, just a little more elongated from north to south. But you're not seeing the bright white clouds. Any of those bright white clouds are off here to the east of the center, and that's because it's been fighting a lot of dry air at the mid and the upper levels of the atmosphere. So here's the look on our water vapor picture. You can see the orange shading to the north. That is that dry air, and that's been the biggest obstacle or biggest impediment to this over the past few days. It's going to encounter not just the dry air, but strong northeasterly wind shear as it moves off toward the west or toward the west-northwest. So here is the forecast from our computer models. That wind shear, the higher values indicated by the coloring that you're seeing on our maps, off toward the west, west-northwest, into the Lesser Antilles, the Leeward Islands, and Puerto Rico this weekend. I think basically this is going to be a big squally rainmaker for the islands as we move into Saturday and into Sunday.
Thank you, Michael Lowry. Well, it's Throwback Thursday, and today we're going back 10 years to September 2004. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it. Boom. We got a very memorable moment with a couple of our favorites, a couple of lovebirds here at the Weather Channel.
Where are my tissues?
It's beautiful.
We're in storm alert mode here at the Weather Channel as Hurricane Francis makes its move towards the east coast of Florida. That line, that next feeder band coming in, actually could be part of the outer eye wall. And we're going to... Oh my gosh, Al Roker's here from NBC. Al, are you ready for the eye wall, buddy?
You bet. All right.
Hey, I had Brian Williams last year. I got Al Roker. Al, you're not going to let me go, are you?
Never.
Never?
Never.
Hey, would you just hang here and
I'll just hang on to you.
Okay. Let's show you.
I've always loved you. I don't know if I've ever told you that before, but I've always loved you.
You know, you're holding me much closer than Brian Williams did. You know, I'm glad you showered this morning, Al. Well, anyway, it was great for you to stop by. And we're gonna stick it out for that band and see if...
I see we got Sunday Jazz from 4 to 10 here.
Yeah.
And what is this, the canteen?
Yeah, and I've also got a flight at 12:20 tomorrow out of Palm Beach.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay. Whoa!
Whoa, whoa!
What, about 60, 70 miles an hour there?
Easy.
Al, you know?
Why don't we ought to just lay down and call it a day.
They better.
Wow, they want to lay down. I didn't know it was going that far.
You know, they really, when you feel a connection, you have it. So.
Now, who would you like to be stranded in a hurricane with?
Oh, any hunky guy.
Any hunky guy?
No, I'm just kidding. The entertainment would be priceless if you were there. Right? Can you think of all the fun we've had? Anybody with an umbrella.
We would have fun with that.
We'd have a good time. We'd be over there in the jazz bar, though. It would be a whole different story.
Hey, thanks for tuning into Weather Center Live. It continues with Chris Warren and Kelly Cass.
We're going to get you through everything you need to know about the weekend. Summer storms could cause flooding in a hurry. We're going to be talking about Charleston in particular.
And severe weather in Maine, too, right now.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees with a thunderstorm. Tonight, scattered showers or thunderstorms. Low 77. Chance of rain 50%. Friday, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
On the move. Check out these dark skies over the southern plains just 24 hours ago. They brought much needed rain to parts of Oklahoma, and that system is pushing east, bringing a flood threat along with it to the south. From the Weather Channel headquarters in Atlanta, you're watching Weather Center Live. Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kelly Cass. We certainly have a lot of wet weather to talk about. In fact, we could be dodging showers and storms right through the weekend, unfortunately. But hopefully you won't be dodging scenes like this. Intense lightning over parts of the Florida Panhandle. We've got expert analysis on what's happening on the radar right now. We want to bring in our storm specialist, Dr. Greg Postel. And Greg, storms just popped up over the south side of Houston, causing a ground stop at Hobby.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? I'm looking at the radar right around the Houston area, and you can see thunderstorms pop up here and there, but none right now over the airport. Let's have a look at the maps, and I can show you there's one storm right here on the east side, a couple about 15 miles to the southwest. But Hobby being right in there, I can't find anything right near the runways. Their winds have flopped around a little bit from south to west, and the latest wind gust in here was about 25 miles per hour. So not significant weather in the immediate airport vicinity, but there are some thunderstorms in the vicinity that may be redirecting some air traffic in the area. Right now on the radar across parts of eastern Texas, guys, we got some more thunderstorms, not just in the Houston area, but up here, not too far away from Shreveport, Louisiana. These storms are going to be moving southeastward over the evening hours, and the radars show that Nacogdoches is about ready to get hit with a big thunderstorm there. No severe thunderstorm warnings in place anywhere on this map, but these storms likely have a lot of lightning, obviously, and heavy rain and gusty winds with them as they slowly move off to the southeast. So the heavy rain could accumulate, guys, pretty quickly. Here's our thunderstorm forecast for the region all the way from San Antonio, Lufkin, Texas, and Shreveport, Louisiana. The primary hazards this evening with those thunderstorms will be gusty winds, maybe some small hail. The likelihood of a tornado is very small. And if we look at the forecast this evening, you can see a lot of these thunderstorms will be driven by the movement of that cold front southeastward across Texas. And we'll probably see some more storms get into the Houston area later on this evening and tonight when that cold front moves through, and then those storms will likely move off into Louisiana overnight and gradually weaken. We have another area of severe weather we are keeping an eye on across parts of the Northeast, all the way from western Maine down through parts of northern Pennsylvania. Here, the primary hazards will be some small hail maybe and some gusty winds, with one of those thunderstorms right now moving just to the north of Syracuse, eastward rapidly, about 30 miles per hour. We think heavy rain and some gusty winds associated with that storm. If any warnings pop up, we'll let you know as soon as we get them. Kelly, back to you.
Greg, thank you so much. Now to the coast of South Carolina. Check out this flooding going on right now in Folly Beach. We've had reports of several inches of rain flooding some businesses there. We understand some roads are closed, and from those pictures you can see why it's really not a good idea to try to get through some of those high waters. You might just get stuck. You might just hydroplane and go off the road altogether. So be careful. A flash flood warning does continue for Berkeley, Charleston, and Dorchester counties until 5:30. We want to take a closer look at that rain that we're tracking across the area. Meteorologist Chris Warren is keeping a close eye on the radar. Hey, Chris.
Well, hello to you, Kelly. We're also keeping an eye on where else there's the potential for some flooding, and we're looking at a stormy weekend for the southeast. This is a look at where there's that immediate threat. We are seeing some of that flooding closer to the coast, but also in the mountains. There's the possibility for some flash flooding, parts of South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia. This is the radar showing that rain, and the heaviest rain moving off to the north, but you see Charleston right here and around Folly Beach. There is some heavy rain coming down right now. Not as intense as earlier, but there are still some thunderstorms that are pretty heavy, bringing some heavy rain, and a flash flood warning still in effect there. You can see, barely kind of see that green outlined area. And this is the setup through the weekend. A moist air coming in with the stalled out front keeps that chance for showers and storms going through the weekend, through Sunday. And this is what the radar in clouds will look like according to one computer model. Still that chance for some heavy rain heading into the mountains of South Carolina, North Carolina, and right along the coast there over into the Outer Banks, a chance for some showers and storms. And that's going to be the case the next couple of days. Kelly?
And Chris, every Thursday we get an update on the drought plaguing much of the country. And this week in California, the area under exceptional drought has expanded significantly. Every inch of California is in some form of drought, but that darkest shade of red you see there, that is the worst category, the exceptional drought. And that increased from 36% last week to now 58% of the state. And of course, we get a lot of agriculture from that state of California. And there's a great amount of concern regarding a much larger lake in the southwest. The popular Lake Mead is east of Vegas and straddles the Nevada-Arizona border. NBC's Jay Gray is there live along the shores of the lake, which, Jay, unfortunately looked dramatically different this summer.
Yeah, Kelly, they're growing. And this may be the most dramatic picture of what this drought is doing. Look, where I'm standing right now, just 2 months ago, it was underwater. Now has receded 200 feet or more. 500 feet that way when it started. Look, take a look down here. Still shells on what's supposed to be the lake bottom here. That's how fast the water is dropping. Behind me, more evidence. You can see the stripes that are on the rocks. That's where the water is supposed to be. Still, this is a national recreation area. There is still a lot of water in Lake Mead. It's bigger than most lakes already. When it's to capacity, it is the biggest man-made reservoir in the nation. You can see the boats out here. A lot of people enjoying the crystal clear blue waters, and you come back across, they're enjoying what is a growing beach like we've talked about. It continues to just get deeper and deeper into where the water used to be here. A big problem for 40 million people in 7 states that get their water from Lake Mead. A lot of this water obviously goes to Las Vegas. It's only about 30-45 minutes away. California gets a lot of their water from this area as well. A lot of scientists will tell you, Kelly, that this area is really beyond repair when it comes to the water in Lake Mead and the groundwater underneath, the sources underneath the ground. And that now the best idea is to learn to conserve, learn to live a bit differently, and try and use the water as efficiently as we can. Back to you.
All right, Jay Gray reporting live from the shores of Lake Mead. Thank you so much for that report. Of course, rain is what they desperately need there in the west. We do have a chance for some of it. We'll let you know when and where coming up a little bit later. But first, a warning for all parents of young children. Check to make sure you do not leave your child in a hot car. One mother thought it couldn't happen to her family. Up next, the moment everything changed.
This time of year, you just need some fertilizer with weed control and a spreader to distribute it evenly. It's not rocket horticulture.
Oh, thank you. It's not rocket grilling either, right, guys?
Getting help at Ace is like going to your neighbor.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Defiance is in our bones. Defiance never grows old. Citracal Maximum, easily absorbed calcium plus D. Beauty is bone deep.
Each year, 95% of homeowners won't have a claim. That's why Allstate Claim-Free Rewards gives you money back for every year you don't have one. And why, if you're part of the other 5%, Allstate offers Claim Rate Guard, so your rates won't go up just because of the claim. No matter what comes your way, your home protects you. Protect it back. Allstate Home Insurance. From an Allstate agent.
I'm a painter, and Scotch Blue is my tape.
I'm a painter, and Scotch Blue is my tape.
Pro painters count on Scotch Blue. Now with advanced Edge-Lock paint line protector for even sharper paint lines.
I am a painter, and Scotch Blue is my tape.
Scotch Blue Painter's Tape.
So we're all set?
Yep, with Xfinity Internet, your family can use all their devices at once. Works anywhere in the house, even the garage.
Max, what's going on?
We're doing a tech startup. We're streamlining an algorithm. We're going public!
The fastest in-home Wi-Fi for your entire family. The X1 Entertainment Operating System. Only from Xfinity.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees with a thunderstorm. Tonight, scattered showers or thunderstorms. Low 77. Chance of rain 50%. Friday, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Only the Weather Channel takes you this far. Inside a Hurricane. Hurricane 360, premiering August 18th at 9 on the Weather Channel.
They keep us busy.
Duck fishing.
They keep us entertained. They keep us inspired. They keep us hopeful and happy. Keep them safe. The 8-passenger Chevrolet Traverse with the highest possible overall vehicle score for safety. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Walmart's summer clearance event is going on this weekend. With thousands of items on clearance, Walmart has everything you need to make this the best summer ever. Summer may be winding down, but Walmart's summer clearance event is really revving up. So hurry in for Walmart's summer clearance event.
Great rates for great rides. Geico Motorcycle. See how much you could save.
Welcome back. So far this summer, 19 children have died after being left in hot cars. And now a Connecticut mother is speaking out after losing her son earlier this month. She chose today, National Heat Stroke Prevention Day, to share her story with our Julie Martin. Julie joins us live now in our studio. Julie?
Well, Kelly, 15-month-old Benjamin Rogers Seeds died just weeks ago on July 7th. Police say his father, Kyle, was supposed to bring him to daycare but went to work and left his son inside the car. I spoke with Benjamin's mother, Lindsay, who hopes her story will prevent another family from experiencing this type of pain.
Ben was truly just a joy. He smiled every day, laughed every day. He was tender and calm and such a sweet boy.
Just how are you holding up?
Day by day, hour by hour. It's not easy. The best description I've come up with is kind of like you're holding on to a life raft in the ocean, and we just hold on for dear life, and the waves come, and each wave is a different emotion. Looking at pictures of Ben and videos of Ben and talking about him is the toughest parts of the day. You know, the anger and shock, that was kind of the first few weeks, and now it's just more of the tears and sadness.
It has to be difficult, though, because as a wife, you have to be there for your husband, but you have also just lost your child.
I'm there for him, but then also I'm going through my own things. You know, we were going to work through this together, and it's not a burden I was willing to allow him to carry along.
What do you hope changes in light of this tragedy and the 18 other tragedies so far this year?
One thing we need is definitely roundtable discussions that involve all parties, and that would be car manufacturers, car seat manufacturers, experts, politicians, legislators, psychologists, and victims to really explore, you know, what is the right answer. There doesn't need to be a rash decision because we want to make sure that it's the right solution, but what we really need is a conversation.
Now, I know that you have developed a website, The Gift of Ben. Tell me about that.
The Gift of Ben is a website that I started this week for two things. Number one, it was to honor Ben, to tell a little bit about him because he was so special to me, and then also just some ideas for how we could potentially move forward and work together and try to find some solutions.
And Julie Martin joins me live here in the studio. A very emotional topic. We're both moms. It really pulls at our heartstrings. What didn't we see in that piece?
Well, you know, Lindsay, the mother, is a lawyer, and she is very hopeful that these tragedies will bring about some kind of legislation. She's already been in touch with some congressmen. She's hoping the auto industry will also get on board with technology that could provide sensors to parents and drivers everywhere that could really prevent these tragedies from happening.
Okay. Yeah, gadgets have come a long way over the years. There's got to be something.
But I did ask her about peace. I spent a long time with her last night and said, you know, is there a day you'll ever find peace with this? And she said, right now, that's a good question. She said life is always going to be different for not only her, but her husband and her kids, her other two daughters, for the rest of their lives after July 7th. So a very difficult situation to deal with, and a very strong woman.
All right, Julie, thanks so much. Very important reminder. You know, we also want to encourage you to sign a petition started by kidsincars.org. They're asking the U.S. Transportation Department for research and technology that might prevent hot car deaths. You can go to weather.com/TV for more information. Chris?
And right now, Kelly, we're going to take a look at the weekend forecast. Show you there's going to be rain, also where there will be some heat once again. Here's a look at Saturday, and quite a bit of areas with the chance, at least, for some showers and thunderstorms from the Mississippi River all the way over to the East Coast. There'll be at least a chance for some showers and storms, and then throughout the Southwest, some heat. Also some storms in the Southwest and in the East continuing on Sunday. We'll be right back.
We have pinpointed the orchestra which we felt needed further
When you need new brakes, Pep Boys Precision Match is the best brake service to make stopping as smooth as humanly possible. Trust the boys to get you there.
It was the best day. It was the best day. It was the best day. It was the best day because of you.
We make a great pair.
Huh?
Progressive and the great outdoors. We make a great pair.
Right, totally. That's what I was thinking.
Covering the things that make the outdoors great. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
The wonder of summer is that I never know what kind of adventure awaits. The days are longer and the breeze feels a little sweeter. And thanks to Volvo, I'll pay nothing for repairs or maintenance for 5 years. Nothing. They even cover my first month's payment. So I'll be happy wherever the summer takes me. The Wonder of Summer event. The 2015 Volvo S60 sedan with complimentary first month's payment, starting at $319 a month.
Welcome to the corner of making healthy choices and getting major kudos. Just look at you. You're being healthy, even in little ways. That's worth celebrating. That's why Walgreens created the first program that gives you rewards points just for healthy behavior. So stick with it. You've got a lot of people cheering you on. Download the app and start getting rewarded today at the corner of happy and healthy.
Right out of there! You aren't even on the deck! I'm the captain of this boat. And I feel like whatever orders I give have been ignored.
My husband worked at a power plant where the asbestos fell like snow.
My dad got mesothelioma from asbestos.
Oh, the diagnosis was devastating.
We chose Cooney and Conway because they're highly experienced in this area.
They were more than lawyers. They were human beings.
There was no money up front.
It showed my sons that there is justice in the world.
Call 1-800-322-5573. Cooney and Conway. Justice with a passion.
What's wrong with my hair?
Everything.
It's like a disaster.
It's always too high.
There's some girth there. It's meaty. Your hair is not meaty. It's meaty. Shave it off to like the sides.
He can't shave his head. He's got a peanut-shaped head.
The Sorrentinos, Tuesdays at 10/9 Central, only on TVGN.
H.H. Gregg Appliances and Electronics now has furniture, fitness equipment, and more.
To 1 hour and is backed by our 100% happy guarantee. Call now or order online from 1-800-PET-MEDS.
America's Morning Headquarters with Sam Champion.
Not just a morning forecast, a morning show.
AMHQ with Sam Champion, the Weather Channel's brand new morning show.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees with a thunderstorm. Tonight. Friday, scattered thunderstorms. High 89. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Right now, almost 20 minutes past the hour means it's time for the tropical update here on the Weather Channel. Quick look at what we are following and keeping an eye on here. And this right here, still Invest 93L, and it is heading generally in this direction to the west. And the National Hurricane Center giving this a 70% chance of development over the next 2 days. So it could end up being a depression or a tropical storm within the next 48 hours, possibly later than that. Still 70% chance in the next several days. Now what we're looking at is the water vapor. This is the satellite that shows us the moisture in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. The orange and the red is dry air, and dry air is bad news if a storm's trying to form. It's bad news for the storm, good news if you don't want storms to form. It's like putting sugar or salt in the gas tank here. It really just kind of tears things apart, and you can see how some of that is getting into this storm a bit. Now that's one factor we look at. Another factor are the winds. And if you have strong winds, you have wind shear with the winds going at different speeds, at different heights, or different directions at different heights. That's wind shear. What you need is not a lot of that. You need a calm atmosphere for the storms to be developing, and you have that to a point. However, you have a little bit stronger winds as you get closer to the Antilles, so that would be less favorable for development for this storm. This is a look right now at this Invest, where it is likely to go based on several computer models. Each one of these lines is a computer forecast of where the center of this will go. And as you can see, generally moving across the Antilles, over Puerto Rico, and into the Dominican Republic and Haiti. And the main effect of this will be the Windward Islands, likely seeing some more rain, possibly some wind, seeing if we get some development, and the same story for Puerto Rico. Looking right now in the eastern Pacific, and you can see we do have some clusters of storms that we are looking at. In the one in particular right now, National Hurricane Center calling this Tropical Storm Iselle, and winds are estimated at 40 miles an hour. It's moving to the west northwest at 10 miles an hour. So there is something out here. However, this tropical storm over the next few days, in fact right into next week, will just be hanging out with the fish because it is not getting anywhere near land, at least through early next week. Kelly?
Well, Chris, tomorrow marks 2 months since the start of this year's hurricane season in the Atlantic, and everyone who provided a forecast for all the storms we'd see are making some changes now. Why, you ask? Well, here's our senior hurricane specialist, Brian Norcross, with some answers.
Earlier this week, we heard from the Weather Channel tropical researchers, and we found that the forecast for the rest of this hurricane season is a little bit below normal. Now we get the new updated forecast from Colorado State University, Dr. Phil Klotzbach and Dr. Bill Gray, who originated this kind of forecasting, and they also look in both oceans for factors affecting tropical development. In the Atlantic, they look at the water temperatures here east of Africa and notice that this year they're a little cooler than average, and cooler generally is is a negative factor on development in the tropics. And then in the Pacific, we're looking in this box here called El Nino 3.4 region. That's the technical name. It's south of Hawaii. And the question is, how warm is the water in that box? The warmer it is, that's an El Nino, and El Nino is a negative factor on tropical development in the Atlantic, it turns out. And here's where it's been this year so far. Difference from normal. Look at this. It started out hurricane season about half a degree above normal, 0 being normal there. And if it stays a half a degree or more for 3 months, it's a technical El Nino. And look at this. Here it comes, up, 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 and then it goes down. So right now it's actually right about normal, a little bit below normal. But what's going to happen for the rest of the year and for the core of hurricane season? That's the big question. And these forecasts are made, and there are a whole variety of forecasts, and these are the ones that were made when the temperature was right there. And look, a bunch of them went up and said El Nino is going to happen, and that's going to be a big negative on hurricane development. But the ones that were right and said it was going to continue to go down and then go back up, they say more like just slightly warm, maybe a very mild El Nino, so a slight negative effect perhaps on the rest of the hurricane season. So how does that all add up when we look at the numbers? Well, first of all, we look at the average. 12 named storms as average. The Weather Channel forecast that came out earlier this week was 11 total, so a little below normal. And then here's the new CSU forecast, only 10 total named storms, 4 hurricanes, 1 Category 3 or above. The NOAA forecast comes out next week, and of course, we'll have that as well. That's it. Back to you.
Thanks, Brian. A trip to the lake turns into a treasure hunt for some California teens. A gun, a car, and wait until you hear the other weird items the group is finding thanks to the state's ongoing drought.
This is Holly. Her long day of outdoor adventure starts with knee pain and a choice.
Take 6 Tylenol in a day, or just 2 Aleve for all-day relief.
Sadly, Angela's gotten used to the odor her cat leaves in the couch. She no longer smells it. Yep, she's gone nose blind. We staged an intervention to help her sister break the news.
To the left. This is exactly what your house smells like. For real? Yes. Oh, you are tripping, really?
Febreze Fabric Refresher eliminates pet odors you've gone nose blind to.
Smells good.
One of the many ways Febreze helps you and your guests breathe happy.
Thank you, Daddy, for defending our country.
Thank you for your sacrifice, and thank you for your bravery.
Thank you, Colonel.
Thank you, Daddy.
Military families are uniquely thankful for many things. The legacy of USAA Auto Insurance can be one of them. If you're a current or former military member or their family, get an auto insurance quote and see why 92% of our members plan to stay for life.
For 4 days only, it's the summer sale at Men's Warehouse. Select suits are only $179.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on almost everything else in the store. Expand your summer wardrobe this Wednesday through Saturday, only at Men's Warehouse.
So, Duke, what do you think of our new Bush's Baked Beans video game?
I think I'm getting the hang of it.
Okay, now pick up the specially cured bacon, hit it with the brown sugar. Now, roll that beautiful bean footage. Yes! Bush's Baked Beans are slow cooked according to our secret family recipe for big flavor. High score! You get to put your name on the Wall of Fame. Whoa, game over.
Aw, you're no fun.
Enjoy Bush's Baked Beans, still made from our secret family recipe.
In the nation, the safest feature in your car is you. Add Vanishing Deductible from Nationwide Insurance and get $100 off for every year of safe driving, which for you shouldn't be a problem. Just another way we put members first, because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
The Duralast is tough. It can take the cold and the heat. Trust me, this battery can beat up your battery. Duralast, proven tough. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Mondays, only the Weather Channel takes you this far. Inside a hurricane.
Just total chaos.
If you think you've seen it all, look again.
You've got to be kidding me.
A new original series, Hurricane 360, premiering August 18th at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees with a thunderstorm. Tonight, scattered showers or thunderstorms. Low 78. Chance of rain 40%. Friday, scattered thunderstorms. High 89. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Drops you into nature's deadliest predicaments and asks, so you think you'd survive? Oh my God! Premiering Sunday, August 10th at 9 on the Weather Channel.
We've got a cluster of storms pushing east right now. It is a beneficial rain for most of the dry southern plains, but there's also a flood threat for parts of the south as well. From the Weather Channel headquarters in Atlanta, you're watching Weather Center Live, and thank you for staying with us. I'm Kelly Cass. We want to talk about the storm threat, starting off in Atlanta, where some storms have just popped up just within the last hour or so, especially on the east side of the city. Now we've got some storms developing south of Atlanta and kind of filling in right here in the perimeter. We do have a 15-minute delay right now for Hartsfield-Jackson, but that could increase, especially as these storms expand in coverage. We want to bring in our storm specialist, Dr. Greg Postel, who's keeping a close eye on Houston. And just a little while ago, we had a ground stop, but that was lifted.
Yeah, that's since been lifted. That's exactly right, Kelly. Let's have a look at the radar, though we still have some thunderstorms in the Houston vicinity, not very far away from Hobby Airport. We got one right over here just to the south of Baytown. None of these thunderstorms right now are moving very quickly. They're producing a lot of lightning and heavy rain. Good news is also that they're not producing any severe weather. They haven't triggered any severe thunderstorm warnings. None of them have. But they are kind of surrounding the Houston area, and I want to point out this little feature right in here. That's an outflow boundary, a gust front that is heading toward the southwest, and that may be getting into the Hobby area very soon, I think, within the next about 15 minutes. So there may be some air traffic delays associated with that, because that's just a little wind shift line, and sometimes when the wind shifts around, they have to change their takeoff and landing pattern. So just keep an eye to that in the Houston area with some thunderstorms nearby the airports, but none overhead, unlike, unfortunately, in Atlanta, where we have a thunderstorm right near the airport. Let's have a look elsewhere across parts of southeastern Texas. There's quite a bit of thunderstorm activity right now. It looks like some of the biggest right in here, not too far away from Nacogdoches. We do not have any severe thunderstorm warnings with this guy, but it is producing heavy rain, a lot of lightning, much like all the other storms we've talked about in Texas. They're moving toward the southeast at about 20 miles per hour. Obviously, lightning will be a big problem with that. And we do have the risk for severe thunderstorms this evening all across parts of eastern Texas, from San Antonio through Lufkin, including Houston, and up to Shreveport, Louisiana. The primary hazards this evening will be some gusty winds and some small hail. Thanks in part to the movement of this low pressure system and a cold front that will be slowly edging its way southeastward through the evening hours, probably getting in again to the Houston area, maybe some more storms over the late evening hours. But I think by about 2 or 3 in the morning, everything should wind down substantially as you lose the daytime heating and the instability essentially goes away. Let's now turn our attention to the northeast. We got a chance for some more severe storms this evening across parts of Maine, northern New England, and even eastern New York State. We've got one pretty big thunderstorm right here, about 15 miles to the northeast of Syracuse, New York, about ready to get into Camden and Sylvan Beach. Do not have a severe thunderstorm warning with this, but it's got the appearance of containing some gusty winds and obviously a lot of lightning and heavy rain. Elsewhere in northern New England, we earlier had a severe thunderstorm warning in western Maine. That has since gone. There's some lines of storms that are swooping through, but they will likely weaken in intensity once the sun goes down. And the rest of the northeast, guys, this evening, I think by about 8 or 9 o'clock, will look pretty good and relatively thunderstorm free. Kelly, back to you.
Until the weekend, Greg. Timing is everything, right? Here's a live look at the I-95 corridor. We are looking at that rain, not just today for some of you, especially over the interior sections of the Northeast. Greg just showed us that. But yeah, Boston, New York, Philly, and D.C. I guess have a backup plan just in case when it comes to your outdoor plans this weekend. In fact, Chris, you've got all the details.
That's exactly right, Kelly. Great advice. Have that backup plan because what you're seeing right now, likely not what you're going to get because storms and heavy rain on the way for the Northeast. This is a look at the combination of the radar and the satellite, the visible satellite. And it's on a dark map to really make the clouds and the rain pop out. And you can really see the flow of the atmosphere. Area of low pressure right here, helping to spin some showers through the Northeast right now. But we're going to look at an increasing chance for that. Don't see the flood watch anymore right now throughout parts of New York and Pennsylvania. As we look at the heaviest rain is now just to the north and a little bit off to the east of Syracuse. Still see some of that heavy rain in Maine right now. But through Sunday, the overall pattern brings this jet stream right along, at least parallel to Interstate 95 for a while. And with that, you're going to have some moist air coming in. You're going to have a stalled out front. So the ingredients coming together for the chance for some showers and some storms. Tomorrow, best chance for storms are going to be in New England and right along that I-95 corridor. Then all the way through Monday night, you're going to see that hit and miss showers and some thunderstorms as well. That's the game plan here throughout the Northeast. Tuesday morning, still looking at, or at least through Tuesday, you could see in some cases up to about an inch, maybe 1 to 2 inches in some isolated amounts. D.C. looking at showers early on, and then again Saturday, also morning showers. Could see some thunder, though, Kelly, on Sunday.
All right, Chris, you know, the persistent drought in California has unearthed some unusual items. Everything from a laptop to a gun has been found in dried up lake beds around San Luis Obispo. We get the story from Lily Tan with our affiliate KSBY in Central California.
It was a handgun, so it was we were all pretty surprised.
15-year-old Tate and a few friends were looking for buried treasure in Laguna Lake Sunday.
3 teenage guys digging around in the mud.
Beneath the dried earth, Tate found this Phoenix Arms .25 caliber semi-automatic handgun.
Yeah, well, I was like, whoa, and then of course we were like, oh, it's probably a BB gun because, you know, you never find guns in lakes and in St. Louis, you know.
With lake levels sinking, strange things are surfacing. Rangers and marina workers tell KSBY News they've mostly found cell phones and sunglasses at Lake Nacimiento and fishing lures at Santa Margarita. But Laguna Lake is a treasure trove of expensive trash with a laptop, stolen car, and now a gun.
It's a very private lake. I don't know that that plays into it, but again, being such a large lake and not being near any major roadways, if someone's out there, they can be out there and not be detected for periods of time.
San Luis police are trying to recover the gun's serial number to see if it was stolen, but say it's too early to link the gun to other crimes.
You know, that's what we were hoping because that'd be really exciting, you know.
Right now, we have nothing linking the gun to the vehicle that was found in the lake on Monday.
Wow, well, Tate says he and his friends found scuba gear and kayaks before. In fact, they're planning on going back this weekend to see what else they can find. Well, rain is exactly what they need to help bring back those lake levels. Chris Warren tells us if there's any in the forecast. Chris?
Yeah, we're going to take a look at that right now, and there will be some storms through this weekend in the west. It's just a matter of if that rain falls where it's needed. And so far, the heaviest rain where there's flash flood concerns, parts of eastern Oregon, Nevada, and New Mexico with the flash flood watches currently. This is a look again where the rain is and the clouds. You see some of the rain developing over the Sierra Nevada mountain range and throughout parts of Nevada and parts of eastern Oregon. That goes along with where there's that flash flood watch currently in effect. And then once again around the Four Corners seeing those showers, that moist air coming in, still have this stalled out front here, and that means we have still a chance for some thunderstorms that will last through the weekend. So the best chance of more showers that are going to be more persistent will be here, right here around the Four Corners, New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, and Colorado. Tomorrow, that's the story. Rain and thunderstorms. Saturday, similar story with New Mexico really being the focus of your best chance for some showers and storms. Into Sunday, possibly going to see some of this moisture here into parts of the desert portion of Southern California, and that is where it is so desperately needed. In fact, you're going to see some rain potentially right in here, and this is the latest drought monitor, but it's needed so bad here, so intense with that drought, Kelly.
That's right. Well, you know, her name might confuse you, but her mission is clear. Up next, you'll meet Amelia Earhart. She's taking you inside her recent reenactment flight, plus why she decided to follow her namesake's path. And check this out, an amazing show in the skies over Florida. We are breaking down this video in just minutes in tonight's Top 5.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees with showers. Tonight, scattered showers or thunderstorms. Low 78. Chance of rain 40%. Friday, scattered thunderstorms. High 89. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Enjoy dinner with dancing. Make mealtime more memorable. And save $2 on select Royal Canin pet food and get 2 cans free at PetSmart.
This time of year, you just need some fertilizer with weed control and a spreader to distribute it evenly. It's not rocket horticulture.
Oh, thank you. It's not rocket grilling either, right, guys?
Getting help at Ace is like going to your neighbor.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Hey, Super Mama.
You gotta check out this Walmart back-to-school event.
Okay.
A Toshiba Touch laptop, just $349.
Sounds good.
Super comfy boy socks, only $497.
Oh, I definitely need socks.
Sharpie permanent markers, only $397.
That sounds good. Wow, a 10-inch tablet with a built-in keyboard.
That sounds good.
Get a smarter start to school with Walmart's low prices, in-store and online. Save money, live better. Walmart.
There once was a hungry road that ate up tires, wearing down the tread and wearing out safety, leaving worried drivers with no choice but to buy new ones. Then along came the Michelin Man who proved the right tire changes everything, putting those drivers back on the road with safety that lasts. Find the right tire for you at MichelinMan.com. Michelin, a better way forward.
Each year, 95% of homeowners won't have a claim. That's why Allstate Claim-Free Rewards gives you money back for every year you don't have one. And why, if you're part of the other 5%, Allstate offers Claim Rate Guard, so your rates won't go up just because of a claim. No matter what comes your way, your home protects you. Protect it back. Allstate Home Insurance. From an Allstate agent.
Michael, where's your car?
At the body shop.
What happened?
Oh, just a little misunderstanding with a big truck.
Are you okay?
Oh, yeah, but I don't think our car insurance company likes us anymore.
Need car insurance? Go to thegeneral.com or call us now. Monthly payments are low, and you pick your due date.
Okay, I have flaws.
Get an anonymous online quote now. For a great low rate you can get online, go to The General and save some time.
Sometimes you just know when you've hit a home run. That's why I use Blue Emu Pain Relief Spray. It's fast-acting, odor-free, and it soothes all my aches and pain. And if you're like me, you'll also love the non-greasy, deep-penetrating Blue Emu Cream. Take it from me. It works fast, and you won't stink.
As women, we always talk about how we should look or what's the best way to lose weight. But for me, it finally became all about how I feel. No tricks, just me. I looked in the mirror, and I saw what I didn't want to see. The truth. I was 50 pounds overweight. It was a rough day. That's when I decided I had to lose weight. So I chose the only simple option for me. Nutrisystem.
Now you can lose weight even faster with the Fast 5 kit from Nutrisystem. Lose 5 pounds your first week or your money back, guaranteed.
I lost 50 pounds on Nutrisystem.
Order your 28-day My Way plan and we'll rush you the Fast 5 kit free. You'll get a week of fantastic energizing shakes, 1 week of delicious Craving Crusher shakes, and a free week of 21 delicious meals, and it's all free.
So why do I keep telling you about Nutrisystem? Because it works, and I know it'll work for you.
Call 877-939-THIN and lose your first 5 pounds free.
It was the journey of a lifetime, one that started even before she was born. Earlier this month, Amelia Earhart completed a flight around the world, and it took her about 18 days.
She accomplished something the woman she was named after was never able to do in 1937. We talked to Amelia about her mission and how weather played a factor in her flight.
We flew a total of 24,300 nautical miles, flew through 14 countries. 80% of the flight was over water, and that posed some interesting challenges, especially with a single-engine aircraft. I took 2 things into consideration when I planned the route. Number 1 was Amelia's 1937 route. We wanted to keep that as true to her plan as possible, but the other factor, of course, was weather. Believe it or not, around the entire globe, we never had to deviate around any storms. So we studied the climate data for the last 100 years in all the locations that we flew through, flying across the United States, down through South America, Africa, and then eventually into Singapore, Australia, the Kiribati Islands, into Honolulu. We had a little bit of turbulence coming into Trinidad and Sao Tome right on our approach, a few light thunderstorms, but nothing really dangerous, and we stayed the course the entire time. The colors that I saw, especially through South America, through Africa, watching the sunrise over Kilimanjaro was absolutely stunning. We're so lucky that we didn't have to have any delays along the flight, but I will tell you this, the biggest delay that we had was when we were departing from Denver, which is notorious for afternoon thunderstorms, 3, 4 o'clock, the winds pick up, so our biggest delay in terms of the weather was right there at home. Being named Amelia Earhart obviously led me down the aviation path, and while I'm not related to Amelia, my parents wanted to give me that name as a good role model and a good tie to history and inspire me as a woman. My girl! You go to these exotic locations and you see the same characteristics that you see at home.
Amelia is now the youngest woman to have traveled around the world in a single-engine plane.
All right, I'm very happy for her to be able to reach that dream, and accomplish it. Very, very cool. Well, time now for our top 5 videos. Let's see if we have anything cool to show you guys in our top 5. They're always cool, though, right? Number 5, some storms rushing into Wilson, Oklahoma. Right?
That's right. Let's take a look at it. And here it is. Looks like perhaps a time lapse. You see some cars zipping by here and some of that heavy rain and some lightning.
Oh, man, looks like the water's covering up the parking lot for a while there, filling it up.
Look at the sign going back and forth there. Possibly a billboard, maybe?
Yeah, we still are concerned about flooding in the southern plains for sure. All right, let's go to number 4 now, and this is in New England. Check out a water spout that actually formed. I know, right? I'm familiar with this area. This is on Lake Winnipesaukee, the largest lake in the state, by the way. You can clearly see it right there, kind of toward the left middle side of your screen.
I bet people would rather see sunshine, though.
Yeah, right. Especially this time of year. You're on vacation, that's not what you want to see, especially if you want to do some boating out on the lake.
But that's exciting.
Very, very cool. All right, number 3, looking at a storm in Oklahoma once again. Kind of putting this a little in fast motion so you can actually see the rapid rotation of the storm.
It's like you see some inflow and then the circulation around it, and they jockey for position to get a little bit closer with some of that heavy rain coming down. Fascinating clouds.
It's fun when you speed it up. You can really see the whole structure and how it all formed and then eventually dissipated. All right, number 2, powerful lightning strike. This is in Marianna, Florida from last week. Look at that. Ooh, that's scary when you see a bolt like that, right? The bolt's
cool, but look at the cloud where it's coming from. You see that just lights up.
This was on US 90 in Florida, in the northern part of the state, right where it meets up with Interstate 10.
You just imagine hundreds of years ago when you didn't have an explanation for this and you just saw that?
That's pretty scary indeed. But you know, Florida, the lightning capital of the world, right? Or one of them. All right, check out number 1, Romania. Now, we're going overseas for this one, being hit by flood waters. Very intense. Look at this home just being ruined here as the water levels reached about 10 feet in some areas.
Looks like perhaps the mountainous part of the country, just kind of based on the architecture, and then you see the hills there and all the muddy water. Always a sign of dirt getting in there, runoff. In this case, you're seeing the erosion in the land undermining this home.
Well, you can upload your videos anytime at weather.com/photos.
And we're going to be right back. The tropical update still ahead.
That's right. And take a look. We are breaking down what these lines mean and why these systems need to be watched very carefully.
You make a great team. It's been that way since the day you met. But your erectile dysfunction? It could be a question of blood flow. Cialis Tadalafil for daily use helps you be ready anytime the moment's right. You can be more confident in your ability to be ready. And the same Cialis is the only daily ED tablet approved to treat ED and symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently or urgently. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medications and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sexual activity. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess with Cialis. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or if you have any allergic reactions such as rash, hives, swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, or difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and a 30-tablet free trial.
Mondays, only the Weather Channel takes you this far. Inside a Hurricane. Hurricane 360, premiering August 18th at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Right out there! You weren't even on the deck!
I'm the captain of this boat. And I feel like whatever orders I give have been ignored. You're terminated. We will not be back next season.
Catch this season finale of Catching Hell, Sunday at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees with showers. Tonight, scattered showers or thunderstorms. Low 78. Chance of rain 40%. Friday, scattered thunderstorms. High 89. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
And Scotch Blue is my tape.
I'm a painter, and Scotch Blue is my tape.
Pro painters count on Scotch Blue. Now with advanced Edge-Lock paint line protector for even sharper paint lines.
I am a painter, and Scotch Blue is my tape.
Scotch Blue painter stamp.
Sonic has every slush flavor someone could ever want.
This is basically slush headquarters.
Where Sour Blue Raspberry plans world domination.
Well, not if Lemonberry has anything to say about it.
Oh, Lemonberry, you're already sour. Come to the sour side.
Never. I'll never join you.
Lemonberry, you're my son.
No, Daddy.
Ooh, that turned.
Refreshment just got colorful with new slush flavors like Blue Raspberry made with Nerds candy. And start your day with the 99-cent morning drink stop. This is how you Sonic.
Hurry in and spend $3.99 or more on major appliances and get a Lowe's gift card worth up to $1,000 by mail.
Enjoy dinner with dancing. Make mealtime more memorable. And save up to $7 on select dry dog food. Plus, get a $5 coupon online at PetSmart.
They keep us busy.
Duck fishing.
They keep us entertained. They keep us inspired. They keep us hopeful and happy. Keep them safe. The 8-passenger Chevrolet Traverse with the highest possible overall vehicle score for safety. Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Come on.
Sweeten any moment.
You used to sleep like a champ. Then boom, what happened? Life happened.
stress, fun, bad habits. Kids. Now what? Not milk. Not sheep. Not that. Let's think smarter. Let's get some science in here. Let's build a bed.
Another bed?
No, a smarter bed. An entirely new Sleep Number bed that tracks your movement, your heartbeat, your breathing. Sensors working directly with the dual air chambers. Yeah, you need the air chambers. Introducing the Sleep Number bed, now with Sleep IQ technology. It tracks your sleep patterns and tells you how to adjust for a good night's sleep, a better night, and an awesome night. So what Sleep Number adjustments make the difference? Try cranking it up. Adjust it down. A little bubbly, or nix the late night flicks. Wait, you'll know what works because Sleep IQ technology tells you. And all you have to do is sleep, which is easy. Only at a Sleep Number store, mattresses with Sleep IQ start at just $999.98 because everyone deserves a great night's sleep. No better sleep with Sleep Number.
1-800-229-4977 now. That's 1-800-229-4977 or go to growup.com.
Only the Weather Channel drops you into nature's deadliest predicaments and asks, so you think you'd survive? Oh my God! Premiering Sunday, August 10th at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live. It's time for your tropical update. I'm hurricane specialist Dr. Greg Postel. You know, we're going to look at Invest 93L. We've been watching this now for days. It hasn't made much of a move in terms of intensification, but it's still on that northwestward track, which is one of the reasons why we've got to really pay attention to it very closely, because it will likely get into the islands of the Caribbean, the Lesser Antilles, in about a day. Right now, we think this has about a 70% chance of developing further into a tropical depression or a tropical storm as it moves on that northwestward course. The pressure is around 1,008 millibars or so, and it is winds perhaps up to 35 miles per hour, but I think there's aircraft flying around in there that suggests that actually some of the winds are a little bit stronger than that, and I'll show you in a second. There, on the visible satellite pictures, there's the swirly right in there. The center of circulation is so unmistakable, swirling around in the counterclockwise fashion like that. And we've lost now, looks like the latest image there because the sun is setting out in the eastern and central Atlantic. But you know what? You can actually see maybe in the last frames a little bit of thunderstorm activity out here on the east side of the circulation, something that we have not seen in a while. Right now, there's very little of that, very little thunderstorm activity anywhere near the center of circulation. And one of the ways we can tell is if you look at the enhanced infrared satellite imagery, where a lot of the colors show up as thunderstorms, and we don't have those colors right here near where the center of the swirl. See that dark swirling mass right in there? Those are the low clouds that mark the center of circulation, and we do not have any thunderstorms near the center. If we did, that would suggest that this thing has a chance of developing, because you need those thunderstorms over that low-level center in order to get that stretching effect and the twist up and the spin up. We're not really seeing that, at least right now, and that's a good sign. But it's only about 520 miles to the southeast of the Lesser Antilles, and on its present course, as I mentioned, northwestward at about 20 miles per hour. That would take the center very close to the Lesser Antilles in about a day. What's been crippling it for oh so long is the exceptionally dry air in its vicinity. Looking at the water vapor imagery, all these bronze shades right in here, those are actually returns from very exceptionally dry air just above the surface, and you can actually not even make out where the center of circulation is. It's right here, right in the middle of all that dry air. So as long as that dry air is present, thunderstorms are going to be hard to come by near the center of circulation. But here's the aircraft. They've been flying around in it all day. And I got some stats for you here. Interesting enough, they're flying around at about 930 feet above the ocean surface. That's not very high up. But they are getting some winds at about 50 miles per hour just on the northeast side of the circulation. So maybe if it becomes a tropical depression, it's not far away from being a tropical storm with those strong winds nearby. And we have also very dry air at about, let's see, about flight level, 1,000 feet. The relative humidity is 57%. That will not cut it for thunderstorm sustenance. What we're going to see now over the next several days is a continued motion off in that direction. I plotted the low-level wind flow. All of these greens represent essentially the wind going in the same direction, and that is around a subtropical high-pressure system in the Atlantic that is not really going to be moving, and it's going to basically direct 93L in this direction, not only for the next 24 hours, but for days to come. So interest in the Bahamas, obviously closely monitor the progress of 93L and what becomes of it. You know, we do keep a close eye on storms out in the middle part of the Atlantic this time of year, and here's why. Let me show you this picture. In the last 10 years, each one of these lines is a track of a hurricane that has formed out in the MDR, sort of the main development region of the tropical Atlantic. And you can see that a lot of the hurricanes have come close to the United States, if not into the Gulf of Mexico. So this is a breeding ground this time of year. And 93, although right now doesn't look very impressive, it comes from a place where we've seen some big storms, and there's still time yet for this thing to develop a little bit further. Kelly, back to you.
All right, Greg, thank you so much. You know, seasonal hurricane forecasts are a highly debated topic in the weather community. So this Sunday on Weather Geeks, former AMS president Dr. Marshall Shepard will host that debate with special guest and hurricane forecaster Phil Klotzbach. So some new perspective for you. That's this Sunday at noon Eastern right here on the Weather Channel. Well, right now we are keeping a close eye on storms that are blossoming all over the place, but especially here in Charleston, where the rain seems to be easing up a little bit, but the water is not receding due to high tide. Berkeley, Charleston, Dorchester counties remaining under a flash flood warning till 7:30 Eastern.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight, scattered showers or thunderstorms. Low 78. Chance of rain 40%. Friday, scattered thunderstorms. High 89. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Check out these dark skies over the southern plains just 24 hours ago. They brought much needed rain to parts of Oklahoma. That system now pushing east, bringing a flood threat along with it to parts of the south. From the Weather Channel headquarters in Atlanta, you're watching Weather Center Live. And good Thursday evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kelly Cass. We certainly have a lot of wet weather to talk about. In fact, it could have you dodging showers and even storms right through the weekend. But hopefully you won't be dodging scenes like this. Look at this intense lightning over parts of the Florida Panhandle. We've got expert analysis on what's happening on the radar, as a matter of fact, and we've had some problems in coastal South Carolina with some flooding going on in downtown Charleston. That is one of our breaking news stories that we're following. But also, we are following what's going on in the Houston, Texas area, where we've had some showers and storms recently. Let's go to our storm specialist, Dr. Greg Postel, with more analysis. Hey, Greg.
Kelly, thank you very much. You know, we have had thunderstorms in the Houston area. Good news is none of them have been severe, but they have caused some delays at the airports, both Hobby and the International Airport. Let's have a look at the radar. You can see none really right now centered over the airports, Hobby being right about here and the International Airport off to the north. But the winds are kind of moving around a little bit at the airports, not very strong, 10 to 20 miles per hour. That's no big deal, but the direction is changing a little bit thanks to what's called outflow boundaries. You see that little line right there? That's some cool outflow that's spreading away from the thunderstorms, and that's changing the wind direction from time to time across the region. So don't be surprised if we get a couple more delays during the next several hours before I think everything quiets down about dark before I think things will begin to wind down. And then we have to watch maybe some more storms off to the northwest move in, because we have a pretty decent swirly there over North Texas that is going to be moving southeastward over, say, the late evening and early nighttime hours, and probably bring some storms with it, with the lift out ahead of those upper level swirlies. And you can see one of those big thunderstorms near Nacogdoches, Texas. There again, no severe thunderstorm warning with this one, but a lot of lightning and some heavy rain. It's not moving very fast, so it's going to produce a lot of rain pretty quickly over any given location. And this is the area, I'd say, late this evening and early tonight that we've got to watch out for the possibility of some severe storms, with the primary hazards being high winds and some small hail. We can time it out now and show you that here's a new batch of storms that may be getting into the Houston area by about 10 or 11 o'clock tonight, if it makes it that far, if that front makes it that far. But then overnight, beyond midnight, I say, things really begin to quiet down in earnest all across East Texas. We also are watching an area for the possibility of severe weather in New England, western Maine included, all the way through the mountains of the Green White Mountains of Vermont, New Hampshire, eastern New York State, and western Pennsylvania. Here we don't have any severe thunderstorm warnings either, but we've got a pretty big storm just to the northeast of Syracuse, New York, getting through Sylvan Beach, about ready to get through Rome, New York. Gusty winds are possible. If you look at the shape of this thunderstorm right here, it's got that backward C shape right in there, suggesting maybe there's some gusty winds moving through out of the west. All across parts of New England, I think we're beginning to see the thunderstorms weaken a little bit as we're starting to lose some of the daytime heating across that region. I put on the visible satellite pictures with the radar to show you that the coverage of storms is beginning to thin out, I would say, over the last few hours. The skies are beginning to clear out, particularly across northern New England, and I think that's going to be the trend as the sun goes down and we lose the instability. All this is associated with a powerful upper-level low over Canada that has a couple of spokes of instability working their way through northern New England, but without the daytime heating, those storms don't really have much of a chance. And over the next several hours, you can see on the radar they're forecasting really not much beyond about 9 or 10 o'clock tonight, and overnight the weather actually should be pretty good in the northeast. Cal, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Greg. And now to our other top story that we're following. Look at these pictures out of Charleston, South Carolina. This is the iconic city market. We have had just downpour after downpour, and flash flooding remains a concern. That water not really going down very much along the coastal areas, the low country here in South Carolina. We've had reports of roads closed in the Folly Beach area as well. Some businesses are flooded too, and hopefully not your home. But yeah, we've had a lot of issues with some very heavy rain. We want to take a closer look at the rain that we are tracking across the south. Meteorologist Chris Warren keeping a close eye on the radar. Hey, Chris.
Hi to you, Kelly. We are looking at the rain, and the rain is going to hang around, at least on and off, throughout much of the weekend in the southeast. So a stormy weekend for the southeast overall. Here's a look at where there are some flood alerts right now. So the threat for flash flooding with some more rain that's around could bring the potential of some very heavy showers in a short amount of time with some of the thunderstorms. That could lead to some of the flooding. We have seen some of the flooding with rain picking up right now throughout parts of South Carolina and into Georgia around Atlanta. But here around Charleston, as Kelly was just showing you those pictures, and we've been showing you pictures throughout the course of the afternoon of the rain that's been coming down around Charleston, and this leftover here, flash flood warning from rain from earlier, and still dealing with some flooded streets here. And right, once again, here comes some more rain building in right over Charleston. So this flash flood warning in effect until 7:30 local time. We'll take another look at this. You can see it right here until 7:30. This is a look at where the rain has come down. Now, looking at the setup for the weekend, dipping the jet stream, the moist air coming in with the stalled out front. Basically, that all you need to know is be ready for some showers. When you head out, if it's dry, by the time you come home, it may be wet. That's the story with the showers. This is what it looks like. This evening, still a chance for some of the storms in the mountains of South Carolina, North Carolina, some of the heaviest rain. And it's not over for you yet in Charleston. Right on through tomorrow evening, another chance for some heavy rain. Kelly?
Thanks, Chris. There's a great amount of concern regarding a much larger lake in the southwest. The popular Lake Mead is east of Vegas and straddles the Nevada-Arizona border. But this summer, the lake looks dramatically different. We'll have more on that in just a few minutes. Of course, it is all because of this, the extreme to exceptional drought. We're talking about a huge jump in exceptional drought since last week. We're going to tell you exactly what's going on here in California and what they're hoping for. Obviously, some rain in the coming days. And rain is exactly what we have in the forecast for some parts of the West. We'll let you know when and where coming up a little later here on Weather Center Live. But first, a warning for all parents of young children. Check to make sure you don't leave your child in a hot car. One mother thought it couldn't happen in her family. Up next, the moment that changed everything.
For 4 days only, it's the summer sale at Men's Warehouse. Select suits are only $179.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on almost everything else in the store. Expand your summer wardrobe this Wednesday through Saturday, only at Men's Warehouse.
In the nation, the safest feature in your car is you. Add Vanishing Deductible from Nationwide Insurance and get $100 off for every year of safe driving. Which for you shouldn't be a problem. Just another way we put members first, because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
Sometimes the best used car on the road is the one you're still using. Firestone Complete Auto Care. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
Hundreds of amateur astronomers gather at Cherry Springs to catch a glimpse of the stars in the Milky Way. They turn to the Weather Channel forecast to find clear skies and low humidity for the best views of the cosmos.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight, scattered showers or thunderstorms. Low 78. Chance of rain 40%. Friday, scattered thunderstorms. High 89. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Every Sunday night, we're showing 3 regular guys what it takes to survive.
Fat Guys in the Woods, premiering Sunday, August 10th on the Weather Channel.
Off the couch, into the weather.
This time of year, you just need some fertilizer with weed control and a spreader to distribute it evenly. It's not rocket horticulture.
Oh, thank you. It's not rocket grilling either, right, guys?
Getting help at Ace is like going to your neighbor.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
It's always the same dilemma. Who gets the Allstate Safe Driving Bonus Check?
Rock beats scissors.
Wife beats rock.
And with 2 checks a year, everyone wins.
Switch today and get 2 safe driving bonus checks a year for driving safely, only from Allstate. Call 877-218-2500 now.
Zach really loves his new camera. Problem is, this isn't Zach. It's a friend of a friend who was at Zach's party and stole his camera. But Zach's got it covered with Allstate Renters Insurance.
Protect your valuables for as low as $4 a month when you add renter's insurance to your Allstate auto policy. Call 877-218-2500 now.
What are you doing?
We're switching car insurance.
Why?
Because these guys are the cheapest.
Why?
Good question. Because a cut rate price could mean cut rate protection.
You should listen to this guy.
With Allstate, you get great protection, a great price, plus an agent, and safe drivers can save up to 45%. Call now and see how much you can save.
Just a few more ways Allstate is changing car insurance for good.
Call an Allstate agent and get a quote now.
Welcome back. So far this summer, 19 children have died after being left in hot cars. And now a Connecticut mother is speaking out after losing her son earlier this month. She chose today, National Heat Stroke Prevention Day, to share her story with our Julie Martin. Julie joins us live now in our studio. Julie?
Well, Kelly, 15-month-old Benjamin Rogers Seeds died just weeks ago on July 7th. Police say his father, Kyle, was supposed to bring him to daycare but went to work and left his son inside the car. I spoke with Benjamin's mother, Lindsay, who hopes her story will prevent another family from experiencing this type of pain.
Ben was truly just a joy. He smiled every day, laughed every day. He was tender and calm and such a sweet boy.
How are you holding up?
Day by day, hour by hour. It's not easy, you know, trying to conceptualize mentally how this happens to just a all-American, loving family that could be your neighbor, your sister, you know, your best friend, your parent. You know, the anger and shock, that was kind of the first few weeks, and now it's just more of the tears and sadness.
It has to be difficult, though, because as a wife, you have to be there for your husband, but you have also just lost your child.
I'm there for him, but then also I'm going through my own things. You know, we were going to work through this together, and it's not a burden I was willing to allow him to carry along.
Talk about your necklace.
Yeah, so before the burial and the celebration service, I made sure that I took half of this charm, which says son, and then the other half says mother, and Ben has that, because I just wasn't ready to say goodbye, and I wanted him to still have a piece of me.
Now, I know that you have developed a website, The Gift of Ben. Tell me about that.
The Gift of Ben is a website that I started this week for two things. Number one, it was to honor Ben, to tell a little bit about him because he was so special to me, and then also just some ideas for how we could potentially move forward and work together and try to find some solutions.
What do you hope changes in light of this tragedy and the 18 other tragedies so far this year?
One thing we need is definitely roundtable discussions that involve all parties, and that would be car manufacturers, car seat manufacturers, experts, politicians, legislators, psychologists, and victims to really explore you know, what is the right answer. There doesn't need to be a rash decision because we want to make sure that it's the right solution, but what we really need is a conversation.
And Julie Martin joins me live here in the studio. A very emotional topic. We're both moms. It really pulls at our heartstrings. What didn't we see in that piece?
Well, you know, Lindsay, the mother, is a lawyer, and she is very hopeful that these tragedies will bring about some kind of legislation. She's already been in touch with some congressmen. She's hoping the auto industry will also get on board with technology that could provide sensors to parents and drivers everywhere that could really prevent these tragedies from happening.
Okay. Yeah, gadgets have come a long way over the years.
They
There's got to be something.
But I did ask her about peace. I spent a long time with her last night and said, you know, is there a day you'll ever find peace with this? And she said, right now, that's a good question. She said life is always going to be different for not only her, but her husband and her kids, her other two daughters, for the rest of their lives after July 7th. So a very difficult situation to deal with, and a very strong woman.
All right, Julie, thanks so much. Very important reminder. You know, we also want to encourage you to sign a petition started by kidsincars.org. They're asking the U.S. Transportation Department for research and technology that might prevent hot car deaths. You can go to weather.com/TV for more information.
Thank you, Kelly. Coming up next, we're tracking what remains an active week in the tropics. We are watching several areas right now in the Pacific and in the Atlantic. We'll let you know where they're going next.
Well, another great thing about all this walking I've been doing is it's given me time to reflect on some of life's biggest questions. Like, if you could save hundreds on car insurance by making one simple call, why wouldn't you make that call? See, the only thing I can think of is you can't get any bars. It's better. There's a beautiful view. I wonder if I can see Mount Rushmore from here.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Sadly, Angela's gotten used to the odor her cat leaves in the couch. She no longer smells it. Yep, she's gone nose blind. We staged an intervention to help her sister break the news.
To the left. This is exactly what your house smells like. For real? Yes. Oh, you are tripping. Really?
Febreze Fabric Refresher eliminates pet odors you've gone nose blind to.
Smells good.
One of the many ways Febreze helps you and your guests. Breathe happy.
Defiance is in our bones. Defiance never grows old. Citracal Maximum, easily absorbed calcium plus D. Beauty is bone deep.
There's no excuse.
No excuse.
Not even an I forgot excuse.
If you need car insurance and you haven't gotten a quote yet from the General, go to thegeneral.com or call us right now.
Thousands do it every every day.
And your driving record is no problem. Our rates and payments are low with special discounts to save you money.
So there's no more excuses.
Get an anonymous online quote now. For a great low rate you can get online, go to the General and save some time.
We have pinpointed orchestra which we felt needed further work.
When you need new brakes, Pep Boys Precision Match is the best brake service to make stopping as smooth as humanly possible. Trust the boys to get you there.
This summer on NBCSN, the boats are in the water, the sharks are on the hook, and there's money on the line.
What's the move, baby?
Are you ready to take it all off this summer?
I took it all off, and I'm glad I did. 35 pounds gone. If you said that I could get in a bathing suit again, I'd say you're crazy. But I did it.
There's still time to look hot and feel great this summer. And now, lose your first 5 pounds fast with a Fast 5 from Nutrisystem.
I've lost 40.5 pounds on Nutrisystem, and I feel fabulous.
You'll lose 5 pounds your first week or your money back, guaranteed.
I'm Erin, and I lost 30 pounds.
Order your 28-day My Way plan right now, and we'll rush you the Fast 5 free. You'll get 1 week of fantastic energizing shakes, 1 week of amazing Craving Crusher shakes, 1 week of delicious meals, all free. And the best news, call in the next 4 minutes and you'll also get the all-new smoothies, absolutely free. Millions of people have lost weight with Nutrisystem, and now you can too. Time is running out. Call now and get all this, plus 1 week of smoothies free. Don't wait.
Call 888-654